One country showed up to a World Cup and beat the greatest team on the planet. No superstars, no fancy tactics, just pure, jaw-dropping belief. And it happened more than once. You will not believe what we put at number 1. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are counting down the 10 greatest World Cup upsets of all time, the moments that made fans lose their minds, broke social media in real time, and reminded the entire planet why we love this game. Whether you bleed football or just tune in every 4 years, these moments hit different. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 10, Algeria versus West Germany, 1982. This one goes way back, but it belongs on this list without question. Algeria, making their very first World Cup appearance, walked out against the West Germans and won 2-1. West Germany was a powerhouse. Algeria was a complete unknown on that stage. The world barely had the internet, but the shockwaves still rippled across every continent. It became one of the earliest examples of a true giant killing in World Cup history and sparked conversations about fairness in tournament football that still echo today. Up next at number 9, Senegal versus France, 2002. The defending champions, the reigning world champions, and Senegal, playing in their very first World Cup ever, beat them 1-0 in the opening game of the tournament. Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, Zinedine Zidane, all on that French squad. Senegal's Papa Bouba Diop scored the winner, and footage of those celebrations tore across every sports broadcast on Earth. France didn't even make it out of the group stage. The upset was complete and total. At number 8, North Korea versus Italy, 1966. Here's a moment that sounds like fiction. North Korea, virtually unknown in world football, eliminated Italy from the 1966 World Cup. The Italians were so embarrassed that they returned home to be pelted with rotten tomatoes by furious fans at the airport. The documentary film about this North Korea squad became a cult classic decades later, keeping this upset alive in football memory long after most people forgot the tournament itself. Number 7, Costa Rica at the 2014 World Cup. Not just one upset, a full collection of them. Costa Rica were placed in what the media called the group of death, alongside Uruguay, Italy, and England. They won the group. They beat Uruguay, they beat Italy, they knocked out Greece in the round of 16. They only stopped when they ran into the Netherlands in the quarterfinals. The entire internet went into meltdown mode multiple times across a single tournament. Costa Rica gave the world a month-long fairy tale. Sliding into number 6, South Korea versus Germany, 2018. The reigning world champions, eliminated in the group stage by South Korea. Germany needed a win to survive, and South Korea delivered 2 late goals to seal one of the most stunning group stage exits in World Cup history. Meanwhile, Germany's early exit let Mexico and Sweden through, which created its own wave of celebration around the globe. Mexican fans reportedly caused seismic activity from jumping up and down. No joke, seismographs registered it. The internet did not recover for days. At number 5, USA versus England, 1950. This one is old school legendary. The United States, massive underdogs, beat England 1-0 in the group stage. England were seen as the founding fathers of the game. America was barely a football nation. The English newspapers thought the result was a typo when they received it by wire. They assumed someone had made an error and that England had won 10-0. The scoreline was real. The embarrassment was complete. Decades before viral moments existed, this was already a story people could not stop telling. Number 4, Japan versus Spain, 2022. This one is fresh, and it still stings if you are Spanish. Japan had already upset Germany earlier in the same tournament. Then they turned around and beat Spain, who had beaten Costa Rica 7-0 just days before. Japan did it in the most dramatic way possible, with 2 second-half goals, including one that sparked a massive controversy over whether the ball had crossed the touchline. VAR ruled it in. The internet went absolutely nuclear. 2 World Cup giants, 1 tournament, both beaten by Japan. Incredible. We are almost at the top. At number 3, Cameroon versus Argentina, 1990. Argentina were the defending world champions. Maradona was at the peak of his powers, and Cameroon beat them 1-0 on the opening day of the tournament. Cameroon played with 2 men sent off and still won. Roger Milla, who was 38 years old, became an icon of that tournament. The world could not process what it had witnessed. This result planted the flag for African football on the biggest stage and inspired a generation of players across an entire continent. At number 2, Germany versus Brazil, 2014. 7-1. In Brazil. In a World Cup semifinal. In Brazil. There is no sentence in football history that hits harder than that one. The host nation, one of the greatest footballing countries ever assembled, was taken apart in front of their own fans in Belo Horizonte. 4 goals in 6 minutes. Germany scored 4 goals in 6 minutes. The images of Brazilian fans weeping in the stadium were shown around the world. It became known simply as the Mineirazo. Social media absolutely imploded. It became the most tweeted sporting event in history at that time. If any moment on this list deserved the #1 spot, it was this one. But here we are, the moment you have been waiting for, the #1 World Cup upset that broke the internet harder than anything else. Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, 2022. Argentina came in as one of the tournament favorites. They had Lionel Messi, a man widely considered the greatest footballer who ever lived, chasing the one trophy that had eluded him his entire career. Argentina had not lost a game in 36 matches. 36! They were on one of the longest unbeaten runs in international football history. And Saudi Arabia, ranked 51st in the world, came out and beat them 2-1. Saudi Arabia overturned an offside trap again and again and again. The comeback was relentless. The final whistle triggered celebrations across Saudi Arabia that were broadcast live to the entire planet. It crashed trending topics worldwide. Clips spread faster than anything the football internet had ever seen. Messi stood there looking at the ground, and for just a moment, the greatest player alive looked genuinely, completely lost. Saudi Arabia declared a national holiday the next day. A national holiday. That is how you break the internet. And the beautiful thing about all of this? Every 4 years, we get to do it again. The next World Cup is already on the horizon, and somewhere out there, a team that nobody is talking about is quietly preparing to shock the world all over again. So here's what I want to know. Drop your pick in the comments right now. Which upset do you think deserves the top spot? Did we get it right? Is there a moment we missed completely? Let us know. If this video got your blood pumping, smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss a countdown. Next time, we are ranking the top 10 greatest individual performances in World Cup history. Trust me, you are going to want to be there for that one.